Hey, guys. Hang on one sec. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's hey, don't judge me. It's Sunday, all right? It's the Lord's Day. It's the day of rest. I can eat cake if I want to. I got gun. I'm good, okay? Don't at me in the comment section. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing some longer-term fundamentals on Bitcoin because I want to show you just how bullish Bitcoin is. Guys, you're about to learn a lot in this video, but I'm also not going to lie to you. This is most definitely going to be a cheerleading video for Bitcoin. And by the way, no, I'm just not wearing the same shirt that I wore yesterday. I recorded both of these videos, yesterday's video and today's video, in the same day. So that would be why I'm eating cake and wearing the same shirt. Because you guys don't know this. You think I all work really hard, but actually when I'm not recording videos, I'm just sitting around eating cake. Not really. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be looking at some longer-term fundamental indicators, and we're going to be coming to a conclusion about where Bitcoin may be heading in the next 3, 5, or 10 years, because you can find everyone and their mother telling you about where Bitcoin is going to be heading over the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks, or the next couple of months. But I'm here for the future. I've been in cryptocurrency for over 1,000 days, nearly 3 years now, and let me tell you something, I have never one time sold Bitcoin back into the United States dollars in the purpose of cashing out. Everything I buy in Bitcoin is a long-term investment. Of course, I trade with Bitcoin, but all the proceeds from that trading stays right in my Bitcoin investing portfolio. So in today's video, I'm going to show you why I do that and where I think Bitcoin's going to be heading over the next few years. And I think you guys are going to get a lot of value out of this video. If you do, as always, consider hitting that like and subscribe button down below. Really helps out the channel when you do that, and I'd be very appreciative if you did. One thing I want to mention before we just go ahead and dive on into it, guys, is that CT2A is currently on sale, and today is the last day of said sale. If you guys want to learn everything you need to know about technical analysis in one place, I highly encourage you checking us out at the link in the description down below. But anyway, guys, for now, though, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. You guys know, I've told you this before, I don't actually, slick my hair back. The only reason my hair is slicked back in most videos, is because I get out of the shower. Oh my goodness. It's because right after I get out of the shower, my hair has to dry, so it's wet. This is what my hair looks like for 90% of the day, but you guys never see it this way, so there you go. That's what I normally look like. Let's jump onto the chart. Let's do that. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you, the last several years that I've been in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency have been a wild ride. I got into cryptocurrency on this candlestick right here, July the 31st, 2017 was the day that I found Bitcoin. Bitcoin at the time was trading at $2,800, and over the next 6 months, Bitcoin would continue that bull market, rally 700% to $20,000. From there, Bitcoin has been more or less trending ever so slightly sideways into the downside in what I would actually go ahead and define as a massive, massive bull flag, as you can see drawn just like that. But guys, we've been going over bull market technicals in the last couple of days, but there is something that we haven't talked about in a little while, and that would be bull market fundamentals, and cycle market analysis is going to lead us to the conclusion that Bitcoin is headed into a bull market. So let's talk about factors that are going to drive Bitcoin to all-time high and beyond, and let's also talk about where Bitcoin might head. Well, first, I think it's prudent to understand something, and that is that 3 years is a very long time in cryptocurrency. In stock markets and Forex, it's not. Not a whole lot changes in 3 years. In Bitcoin, a whole lot changes in 3 years. You understand, 2 months from the day this video goes live, I will have been in cryptocurrency for 3 years. So I've seen quite a bit here. When I joined the space, Bitcoin was already more than half of the way through with a massive bull market, the 2016-17 bull run. I missed out on the beginning of all of that hype. I missed out on the Mt. Gox hack. I missed out on Bitcoin trading between $200 and $400 down in accumulation. I missed out on the underdeveloped nature of the cryptocurrency market at said time. But I do have a snapshot from 2017 when I joined the space because I had a pretty good understanding of what was going on then, and I have to this day. And this entire video is a lesson for those of you guys who have been in the space for less time than I have. I want you to understand something. It is not going to be apparent to you if you've been in the space for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, 1 year, how much Bitcoin has changed in the last 3 years. It has been nearly 900 days since the all-time high was hit at $20,000 on December 17, 2017. And since that day, so much has changed. Let me give you an example. When Bitcoin hit all-time high, this channel had 1,000 subscribers. I was 17 years old, and I probably had about $200 to my name. This channel now has 42,000 subscribers. I'm about to hire 2 new employees and move into office space in downtown. When the all-time high figure was hit, Carl from the Moon, one of my fellow YouTubers, had less subscribers than I did, if I remember correctly, around like 200 of them. He started his channel almost exactly at the all-time high figure. Ivan on Tech, another one of my compatriots here on the YouTube space, back at the end of 2017 at the $20,000 all-time high figure, he had just under 100,000 subscribers. Back then, many of the big names in crypto that you know of now, Crypto Zombie, Crypto Chico, Altcoin Daily, many of these guys, their channels were tiny or they didn't even exist yet. BitBoy Crypto is another one that's relatively new. And guys, there's a reason I started with YouTubers in this space as the fundamental analysis, because I want you to understand something. All of the YouTubers in the crypto space get millions of unique views every single day. A unique view is a unique account watching a video. This channel gets over 100,000 unique views, 100,000 different accounts, which you could reasonably somewhat extrapolate out to 100,000 individual people watching the cryptocurrency market analysis that we do on this one channel in the last 30 days. I said 90 days earlier. I meant 30 days. It's actually 200,000 in the last 90 days. You take that number, and then you realize I am a small, medium-sized channel, and there are all kinds of other channels in the crypto space. You can easily tell that there are millions of people in the crypto space watching YouTube videos on the daily that did not do that 3 years ago when Bitcoin hit all-time high. But let's look at some bearish change. For those of you guys who were in the space back here, you will remember everybody and their mother was talking about Bitcoin. Dude Perfect did a video with Bitcoin in. I think they did a Bitcoin special. Ellen DeGeneres was talking about Bitcoin. Every single mainstream media news outlet was talking about Bitcoin. You had celebrities getting involved in Bitcoin. You had people with major followings getting involved in Bitcoin. The number of new addresses on Bitcoin was moonshotting. The number of active addresses on Bitcoin was moonshotting. The Bitcoin hash rate was only at 15 quintillion hashes a second, whereas now it sits at over 115. What does all of this mean? Well, guys, there's something you need to understand. The fundamentals for Bitcoin, I've been talking about this since 2018. The fundamentals for Bitcoin, we're talking hash rate, active addresses, new addresses, people in the space, retail interest, mass adoption, institutional involvement in Bitcoin, the underlying intrinsic value of Bitcoin being increased by things such as the Lightning Network being developed, the altcoin space being developed, the YouTubers having more people paying attention to them, which means more people are paying attention to the subject matter, which is Bitcoin. The fundamentals, the things that actually matter, because let me tell you something, the technicals only matter to a certain extent on the long term. They're important, don't get me wrong, and you can find patterns on them, but at the end of the day, what actually matters are the fundamentals for long-term movements. A technical indicator is not going to be powerful enough to kick off a bull market. I don't care what it is. The only thing that can sustain a bull market is a fundamental movement. Go back 15 seconds. I just highlighted about 15 of them. Bitcoin has been through trials and tribulations and change, but guess what has happened in these last couple of years? The fundamentals for Bitcoin have continued to improve. You can see that across the board. Anything you look at has continued to develop. The infrastructure, the systems, the foundation of this entire economy and ecosystem has continued to strengthen in the last 2.5 years, ever since we hit all-time high. What, however, has the price and the interest of the mainstream media done? It has gone down. Well, guys, the mainstream media didn't stop paying attention to Bitcoin because all of a sudden Bitcoin was less valuable than it was in 2017. In fact, quite the opposite. They stopped paying attention to it because the price went down. The price went down because people stopped paying attention to it. It snowballs. But you understand, it snowballed to the bullish direction to have the ability to snowball to the bearish direction in the first place. Bitcoin had to snowball and snowball and snowball and snowball and snowball all the way up to $20,000 before it could start snowballing to the downside. How did Bitcoin get to 20K in the first place? It got to $20,000 in the first place because of the underlying intrinsic value of Bitcoin increasing, that foundation being built, the systems being laid, the structure that would allow for Bitcoin to go to 20K in the first place was being built, and Bitcoin rallied and went into a bull market because of that. There are only 2 reasons that Bitcoin went into a bear market. The first of which is because media attention dried up when the bull market ended. But why did the bull market end? The bull market ended because Bitcoin got overextended and it got too far away from that underlying intrinsic value. I would argue it was somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000 at the end of 2017. Bitcoin had enough punch and exuberance and media attention to drive it to 20K, but it wasn't worth 20K at the time. As time has gone on, however, that underlying intrinsic value of Bitcoin, whatever it may be, has done nothing but march to the upside. You can't argue with me that that's not a fact. What metric can you use to look at the global economy and say that Bitcoin is a less valuable investment and has less potential now than it did 2.5 years ago? I don't see anything. Bitcoin's 2 major selling points, decentralization and trustless blockchain-backed, cryptography-backed security systems. those have only continued to become more and more in demand than they were 3 years ago. 3 years ago, the idea of going into the field of being a blockchain engineer was unheard of. Now it is a serious career because of the massive industry that is growing right under us. But what, during all of this, has Bitcoin's price done? We're sitting at half of all-time high value. Well, I have the opinion that Bitcoin's underlying intrinsic value, what Bitcoin could reasonably trade at and not expect any massive corrections, was somewhere between $6,000 to $10,000 in 2017. You take into consideration the exponential growth that has happened to this industry in the last 3 years, that underlying intrinsic value goes up and up and up and up and up. And I don't know where it is because it's actually not a hard metric that you can look at, but I can almost guarantee you it's above $10,000. Why does Bitcoin keep having these little bull market attempts with a 50% rally in one day, a really strong rally, a really strong rally? Why does Bitcoin keep trying to do this? Bitcoin keeps trying to do this because the underlying intrinsic value is up here somewhere. Bitcoin wants to return to $20,000 because after all of the development that we've seen happen, this space is worth it. I have people try and argue with me in the comments section about this all the time, but let me ask you something. If every single metric of a company doubled overnight, their revenue, their employees, their sales figures, everything, would you not expect their market capitalization to double at the same time? What has Bitcoin's market capitalization done as all of those metrics have gone to the upside? It's been cut in half. Bitcoin is not at a fair valuation today considering the market that it is sitting on top of. And because of that, at some point in the next couple of years, there is going to be an influx of valuation into this space, and Bitcoin will return to and blast beyond $20,000. We got there once. How did we do it? We got there with a combination of hype and retail and investor interest, and two, having to do with the fundamentals and the foundations being laid in the years prior. We have laid those foundations even stronger than they have ever been before, so now all we're waiting on is the right combination of technicals and the right hype cycle to drive Bitcoin back to all-time high and much farther beyond. There is a reason that 2.5 years after all-time high, the number of people interested in this space is just as high as ever. There is a reason that 2.5 years after all-time high, YouTubers on this platform in this industry are growing at a ridiculous rate. It's because people are realizing that Bitcoin is a fantastic investment. Institutions are realizing that, retail's realizing that, and quite frankly, federal governments are realizing that as well. The point of this video is not to drive FOMO. The point of this video is not to get you to go and spend your life savings buying Bitcoin. The point of this video is to make sure you guys understand the long game instead of thinking about the next 3 or 4 days. It is a sad but true fact that people tend to focus primarily on the short term for Bitcoin when the short term can go either way, having to do with the manifestations of the machinations of the whales and the traders. Bitcoin can go up and Bitcoin can go down. Bitcoin can respond to bullish technicals or bearish technicals. But one thing Bitcoin will always eventually respond to are fundamental developments, and you cannot tell me that the fundamentals on Bitcoin have not strengthened in the last 2.5 years. There is simply no argument for that. There are no guarantees in cryptocurrency. There are no guarantees in markets at all. But one thing I can almost guarantee you is that short of some kind of cataclysmic event happening in this space, Bitcoin will break $10,000 at some point. Bitcoin will return to $20,000 at some point, and Bitcoin will go higher. I can't tell you how high, but I am almost certain that Bitcoin is going to break $20,000 at some point. And like I said, guys, the point of this video is not to make a prediction. The point of this video was not even what I just said. The point of this video is to make sure you guys are thinking long term, that you guys have a vision for where we're going, because it's very easy to give up on a space. It's very easy to walk out on a market. It's very easy, listen to me, to give up on your dreams if you don't know where you're going. And guys, that's something I need you to understand, is that it is very easy to give up on your dreams if you don't know what those dreams are. If they're not clearly laid out in front of you by yourself or someone else, it is very easy to give up on something that you don't understand the significance and the importance of. I know that you guys have dreams because I hear you tell me about them all the time. I want you to know that if you have a dream to be a profitable trader or investor in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets, you can do that. I want you to know that if you want to start a business and you want to be an entrepreneur, you can do that. I want you to know that if you want to be someone that professionally teaches underwater basket weaving, then that is what you can do, because believe me, the power of online education is stronger than ever. Anything short of a physical attribute that is God-given, like being able to jump over 40 inches, you can probably do. You can probably make a living singing. You can probably make a living being a YouTuber. You can probably make a living doing whatever it is you want to do. You can probably make a change in the world if that is your prerogative. You can probably do those things, but probably is not a guarantee. The only guarantee that I will give you is that if you give up and you forget your dream, you forget your passion, you forget what you're on this world to do in the first place, you will never get there. I'm here to tell you I believe in you, and for some of you guys, I might be the first and only person that you have ever heard in your entire life tell you I believe in you, but you know who I'm talking to. I believe believe that you can do this because I've seen so many people do it before. And look, guys, yeah, I'm about to talk about CT2A because today is the last day of the sale, but I'm not saying this for that sake. I'm not saying this to add to the sales pitch. I'm saying this because I believe in you guys, and I want to see good in this world. And I know that good will come from you having money to be able to do the things that you want to do, like taking care of your family and your friends and your church and your community. Sometimes all it takes is having one person to believe in you, and if I'm the only person that's going to tell you that, then I am here to tell you I believe that whatever it is that you are trying to do, that you got this, and you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You can fix the life that you have been given if it was a bad one. And the problem in the world that you want to change, or the thing that you want to do with your life, you can do it if you put the hard work in. That much is a promise. So guys, I don't want you thinking it's going to be easy. I don't want you FOMOing into the cryptocurrency markets because of everything I just said. And I certainly don't want you thinking it's going to take anything less than a lot of hard work, but I can guarantee you that the work will pay off if you continue to put it in. Guys, today is the last day of the sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. This has been an amazing month, and before I say anything else, I want to say this. Thank you guys for everyone who's joined CT2A. We have had dreams of opening an office and having some more staff and increasing the production value of this channel, and really just blowing up here on YouTube and in the realm of digital marketing, which is what we're about to get into. We've had a dream of doing that for a while now, and all of you guys joining CT2A is making that possible. It takes a lot of startup capital, and those of you guys joining the Academy and learning every single day the things that we teach in here and making yourselves better at technical analysis is allowing for those dreams of ours to come true. At the end of the day, it is my opinion that no one does anything big in their life for the sake of money. Don't get me wrong, some people do big things in their life for the sake of power, and money is the biggest tool of power, but they don't do it for the money. What do I mean? Who's going to spend 30 years working 14 hours a day to become a billionaire? Not many people do that. Not many of the people at the very top spend that much time working just so that they can have a nice car, a nice house, and a yacht. Most people that do something special in this world do it because they have a dream. They do it because they have a vision, and the only reason they ever managed to do it was because they never gave up on it. If you have a dream of working in cryptocurrency markets, if you have a dream of helping hundreds of thousands and millions of people that have been in the same situations I have been in the way that I do, you're going to need to have money to do it. I love capitalism, and I'm not going to apologize for capitalism saying that you need money to do things, because that is the way that the system works, and it's the best system that we have. It is simply a fact that if you want to do something, if you want to exert power or influence over a situation, you need to have money to do it. And cryptocurrency technical analysis is one of the best ways to learn to earn money. In my opinion, one of the best things that you can do to be self-employed is learning technical analysis. We have had people give us testimonies of them making tens of thousands of dollars with the things that they learned in technical analysis through CT2A. If you want to learn how to do technical analysis on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets for the short and the long term for the sake of making profit, you're going to need to invest in your education. And guys, I'm here to tell you there's no better place to do it than the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. I encourage you, join our Discord server down below and talk to one of any of our 1,700 students and see if they agree with me. Because like I've said in previous videos, guys, you can Photoshop a testimonial. You cannot, however, Photoshop a genuine conversation with our students. So that's why I tell you guys to go and join our Discord server. At the end of the day, guys, big things are coming. I'm really excited about it. And before I go, I do just want to thank you guys for the amazing month that May has been. I posted this on my personal Facebook, and I think I posted this on Twitter. Literally every single metric for this channel has been broken in May. We're talking subscriber figures, viewership figures, comment figures, like figures, watch time figures, average watch time figures, Bitcoin ranking figures, daily, weekly, and monthly revenue figures for CT2A, which is what is allowing us to upgrade and expand this channel. We broke 40,000 subscribers, and we're on track relatively soon to break 5 million channel views. For the first time ever, we have had over 100,000 unique viewers in the span of 30 days, which is something I never expected to say. Guys, this month has been amazing, and there's two things I want to say about it. Number one, thank you for everyone who's new here. Thank you guys for the growth that has happened, because this is a direct result of you guys watching and enjoying these videos, so I'm glad that you do. But number two, I want you guys to know something. Even though this has been a ridiculous explosion in growth for this channel over the last month, this did not come easy. This will be, I believe, the 802nd video on the channel, and I've probably been sitting in front of this camera recording videos for 500 to 1,000 hours of my life, just recording the videos, not coming up with titles and tags and thumbnails and descriptions and making CT2A and building out everything that goes into this channel. There's probably been 3,000 or 4,000 hours of work gone into this. This did not happen overnight, and neither will your dreams. So if you have a dream, keep working at it. Look, I guarantee you it's going to take you longer than you think it is. But if you internalize that at the beginning, it means that it's going to be less likely that you're going to quit prematurely. Because I'm very glad that we didn't quit on this channel. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button down below. It really helps out the channel when you do that. Here's to some more amazing months. Here's to helping a lot of people. Here's to doing great things in crypto and in business and in the world. Hopefully, you guys will stick around for that journey. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.